Lovely Laveau and fam are something else.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are still in the creative portion of the Somethin Else universe. I am one of your hosts, IlFam79 on your social media of choice, but more importantly, my tag team partner.
As always, it's your girl, Lovely Laveau, with the black girl with the big blue hair. And today, whenever you're watching it, we have two very special guests. We have from Wrassle Rap, we have Vin, and we have Emilio. How are you guys doing today?
Good. Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah.
This is
great to be part of the IlFam multiverse.
Oh, wow.
The IlFam multiverse.
Yeah. The Earl fam and the multiverse of
Well, hold on. First of all, you gotta cut that out calling him Earl fam. This is a long
you call him what you call him. I will call him what I call him.
But he has explicitly told you he does not want to be called Earl
He's
fam.
never said that to me. He's never said, don't call me Earl fam. Anytime I'm on the phone with him, it's Earl fam. Listen, what's his first name? Earl. What's his last name? Fam. Put it together. What does it sound like? Earl fam.
There we go.
You're essentially calling me by my government.
Earl fam. Yeah.
Whole time.
But then I just make it an
license,
amalgamation of just one word. It's like Cher, Aretha, Earl fam.
Well, if you guys
well,
can't
no,
tell,
those are one words, and you put
Earl
two
fam.
words
That's his name is Earl.
One
Fam.
But
word.
Cher is one word.
Yeah, so is Earl fam.
But Cher is her first name, and you're just calling the first name. You're putting
what
two words
is
together.
Cher's
No, but Cher addresses herself as Cher. You don't say whatever her
I
last
don't
name
know.
is. What is
What
Cher's
is
last
it?
name?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what Cher's last name is.
Let's Google it right now.
Closely
Y'all supposed
guarded
to know
secret.
that. Y'all
Okay,
supposed to know
why?
that.
Because I'm
That's
white. I'm
amazing.
supposed to know Cher.
Correct.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact,
I know like 5 Cher records.
here's the thing. To the listeners out there, if you cannot tell, this is our affirmative action episode where we had
We reached our quota for the season.
yeah, this is
That's
it.
it. That's it. 2 whites. We're good. That's it.
Yeah, it was 2 on. We got a 2 for 1 deal.
Should you put us in that random like all white background that Vin found for y'all for the other podcast you do?
Oh, for the Davis,
Yeah, the
Davis
wrestling
background?
podcast.
the evil white Davis. Can we
Dang.
pull that up?
We're not
There's
evil
so
white
much
people.
Caucasian on Caucasian crime here is really stressing me out.
I
There
don't.
we go.
What, this has to be like, what was that from the ASAP Rocky Pesos video in the back?
I told you it's got dang B-roll whites. They
Vin,
went and looked. He
Vin,
googled
did you
B-roll
Vin, did you
whites.
film that at a house party you were at back in the day when you went to Tottenville High School?
That was definitely what was that
You
white?
just had like
kid,
the
college?
VHS
What was his
like
name?
over the shoulder camcorder, and you like this. All right, guys, come on, just
Damn.
show it off. I'm gonna.
I mean,
play
I
this
could have
during
taken that
prom.
footage from any MTV show from like 2003 to 2008.
What was
Every
the-
spring
what was-
break.
What was the white kid that liked college?
Every white kid
All
on
of
TV.
them?
like
Every white-
college.
No, that was the name of the song. He was like, I like
Oh,
college.
Asher.
Oh, Asher Roth.
Asher Roth. Yeah,
Yeah.
Asher Roth, man. Yeah. He can rap a little bit.
Can
a
he?
little bit.
That was that
But
Asher
that was
Roth
like
house.
that was like the white people anthem. If you went to college at that time and you wore two polo shirts with the cuffs
Collars up,
obnoxiously popped, you know, you wore with boat shoes and a seashell necklace.
Yeah,
you
like,
thought
bro,
that was
I'm not,
song was
bro. I'm
for
not.
you.
I'm not usually into the rap music, but this guy's pretty good. This Asher Roth guy, I like him.
I don't know anything about this white history.
Bro, I go to Oneonta. I'm studying business. I'm gonna take over my dad's CPA firm.
This is
I'm
sick.
good. I've just got to be
Bro.
here for a little while.
This
Bro,
is
bro,
Pizza,
you
$2 a
juicing?
slice.
You fucking juicing, bro? You work your delts out?
Bro, I gotta get ready for the shore. LBI, kid. What are you doing? Gym Tan Laundry. Whoop whoop. Come on.
Did we get colonized?
Yo, they definitely was talking about some kid that got that was made in the back of an IROC Z. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Wow.
But it's not just one. It's just an entire collective of individuals that, like, I just know growing up that was what they emulated.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
That sounds like fun.
Not
You
everybody's
gotta
gonna be me, doll.
Yeah, thankfully.
There's only one Emilio.
That's
Good
it.
gracious. I couldn't take more than one.
You love me though. What are you talking
I
about?
do. That's why
I
my heart
would.
can
Would I
take it.
be the only white man you would do sex with consensually?
Who does
Honestly,
sex?
You
do
have
sex?
to ask. You have to do sex. You got to
So we
ask.
have
though,
to-
man. Can we please, like, you know?
You gotta ask.
Gotta ask. Like, is this our first date? Like, could we have like the song Sixpence None the Richer, Kiss Me playing in the background as
This
me and you are like,
disgusting.
okay.
I mean, are you the only Caucasian that I would think about going belly to belly with?
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Like I've heard
Yeah.
grumblings about that.
No, I would say that proudly. I've said it on the timeline. I don't give a damn.
Thank you.
What are they going to do? Kick my ass? They're not going to do
Thank
that.
you.
Love you.
No, I love you
I
too.
might.
Ditto. So now it's our show now. It's
I love
Something
that.
Else with Lovely and Sparks. There we go.
That's a
Or
good
Sparks
time.
fam. Do we want to say that? Sparks fam?
No.
Okay.
Who found the song? Who found the song? You hear?
I can hear it. I can hear it.
Don't have me on the show blushing right now. That's gonna
All right, yeah. It's in the love hour.
That's gonna mess up my
Quiet
image.
Storm with DJ Earl fam.
I'm glad I didn't have my black fist necklace on. That would have been embarrassing.
So you're gonna bust out the genuine for a second.
So
I
nervous.
mean,
Nah,
this is two episodes in a row with the milk accusations, though.
well, that was your fault.
Well, who is
But
the
no,
other?
no, no,
Wait,
no.
wait. Who is the other one that was gonna try to do consensual milky sex with Lovely besides me? Who?
Milky
No, no, no.
sex has
I'll
to
have
be
to
the
fight.
most...
I'll have to fight this other Blanquito. Who is this?
There, now,
No,
you might,
no.
there's some
Wow,
that you do
yeah.
have to fight. There have been some other milk
Contestants.
messiahs that have tried.
Milk messiahs.
That
Milk
have
messiahs.
tried.
Who are these milk messiahs?
Well, they can try, but
They're always the spicy whites, Drew. It's like the Italianos, the Italianos, the Scottish, the Irish.
Those
So
are
what are
spicy
the-
whites. Those are spicy whites.
are
Irish
Scottish
spicy
people
whites?
Scottish people are spicy?
I
What's
don't know.
the unseasoned whites?
Americans. Like just American. You don't know where it came. Like German.
Oh, so you're saying a combination of everything in Europe, which would make
like,
them a
like
mutt.
if you don't know, like if
No.
you don't know where the meat came from, you can't cook it.
if you're considered a minority of the whites, those are the spicy whites.
Oh,
Yes. So it's funny. It's true that you say Irish and Italian for sure. I don't know about Scottish.
I just said that because of the accent, and I like watching them chop wood on TikTok.
That's a thing.
Yeah, you got the wood chopping TikTok going on.
It's pretty
wood
sick.
chopping TikTok is.
It's
all right.
basically
This
like
is
remember
why
the.
she cannot sleep at night because she's up watching.
Okay,
wood
Emilio,
chopping
so-
What
TikTok
wouldn't
laid
you
in
do
bed
if
like
you
this.
saw wood? If you saw
You're not gonna
wood
tell all
chopping
my
TikTok?
business.
Well, I just see the timeline because I can't
know.
see either.
Exactly. So we're
Can't
both
see
up
either.
scrolling like.
But I'm not
crazy
watching
people.
wood chopping TikToks though.
Well, you should. You're
You
missing
should.
out
You
on
should.
something.
You
Alright,
should
so-
do a little wood
so,
scrolling. Scroll
in the
watch
middle-
some of that wood chopping.
So you're watching something in the night, and let's keep
In the
it
night.
let's keep it about a ways. But you watching something in the middle of the night, and it's something off kilter there, Sparks. Something, you know what I mean? You sipping your aquapana, and you watching it. You watching it in the webs.
Oh, Vin
What-
knows. Vin, answer this
What
for me.
weird thing are you watching consistently?
I could answer this. I could answer this for him. He's watching Roadhouse.
Wow.
No, no,
And
no.
if
I
it's
said
if for whatever
weird.
reason Roadhouse is not on TV, it's a Hallmark movie. Or the third option, any sort of like 70s or 80s sitcom that just gets stumbled upon.
That's not weird.
No, yeah, none of that. I
Oh,
won't
weird.
go-
Yeah, none of
weird.
it's-
Oh, I don't do. I don't.
Yeah, I'm
have
just
no
telling you
weird,
his regimen. This is his nightly routine.
I'm
It's
not
Roadhouse.
looking at pimple popping videos. I'm
Why
not. I'm not
not?
looking at. It's just I don't. I just none of that stuff interests me. I guess because my brain goes so much, I don't know how to compartmentalize just to shut it off. To be like, oh, I'm gonna now spend like 2 hours watching white men chop wood, or
Whoa,
I'm gonna
whoa, whoa,
watch
whoa.
Well, why not?
pimple popping videos, or
I don't spend that time watching the wood choppers. Now, what I spend most of my time on is Good Mythical Morning. That gets most of my time.
Oh,
But-
you're a nice Rhett and Link fan.
yeah, I love
What
Rhett.
is
I love Rhett. Rhett's my
What is
man.
it? What is it?
Good Mythical Morning.
What is
They've
that?
been on for like what 13
Okay.
years now.
10,
Or
yeah,
like 10,
13.
yeah.
Yeah,
Listen.
there are these guys on there. They started out doing like not commercial
Commercials.
parodies, but like they would go to local businesses and do like comedic commercials for them.
There's one for a place here in North Carolina called the Red House Furniture Store.
Oh, where black people and white people buy furniture.
Buy furniture.
Hi, I'm Fam, and I'm black.
Yes.
I've
Yeah, no,
seen
that's
that.
exactly the commercial.
I've seen that. That is
Yeah.
very funny.
At the red hat, yeah.
So
Yes.
the guys singing, that's Rhett and Link.
Okay.
They've been best friends since they were kids, and they are like millionaires from YouTube.
That's very funny.
Wow.
That's very funny.
I love them.
Okay, that's
Brother
funny. But no,
Vin.
I don't have anything weird. I just
Damn.
I don't.
There's no fun in that. I'm gonna be honest.
Boo.
I'm not a fun person.
You're not watching like no.
Haha. He's gone
no
again.
edited up. I mean,
He's frozen.
Someone,
Yo, Wi-Fi. Put him down.
Gotta reset that AOL card.
No worries. I got you. Hot
Look at
tag.
this.
Hot tag. I got you. So, since you're the boring one and you just watch regular television,
Yeah.
Vin, what kind of weird things do you scroll on? in the
Oh,
night?
I end up just getting into like weird YouTube wormholes and stuff, and like something that's going off on Twitter. I'll be like, what the fuck is this? And then I'll just go deep into like, well, why is this a thing? Why is this trending? And then I'm like 2 hours in, I'm on like a random Wikipedia page, like reading about like the fucking Civil War. It's like, how did I get here? What is
So
this?
you're the person that unscrews the VCR to figure out how it works, and you go down a 13-hour.
Yeah, but like it'll be weird. Like this week, there was a weird thing on TikTok. I was talking to Fam about this before we cracked the mics, where there's this video that everyone seems to have seen this week of someone cooking wings, but it's
And putting
wings
the honey?
in the honey pack Zaza wings.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That's ridiculous because it's like, look, I'm all for edibles, but like you can't just be crushing up weed and just sprinkling it on the chicken like there's a
'Cause-
big piece of weed on there.
Well, because first of all, it hasn't turned into THCA, which is the activating particles for it to even be intoxicating. So you just wasted $50, $40 worth of weed.
You just blew your weed. It's like when people talk about like, oh, there's drugs in the Halloween candy. It's like, no, there's not. Who would
Yeah.
fucking waste it like that?
No one's doing
Like,
that.
but these wings, and then they put in the honey packet. Like the honey packs are all over right now. Like
That's
the
kind of like
new-
roofies.
Well, it's the new. Well, yes,
That's what it feels
but
like, honestly.
But it's like the new gas station dick pills, like the rhinos.
Damn. So we need to be sponsored by the honey packs for.
I don't know if you talked about honey packs.
Emilio, call someone. Call someone.
Call your honey pack people.
Please, you know someone that knows someone.
I can always make a phone call for sure.
Okay, thank you. Let me know how that goes.
We can. do
Emilio,
that.
you ever take the gas station dick pills?
No, I never had the opportunity. I never chugged a Four Loko and then snorted a Rhino, so I never had the opportunity to do that.
I never did either, but I did buy a rhino once because it was a weird. They sell these rhinos, and it's like the pill is encased in a tiny gold rhino, and that was just like fascinating to me. Like, why would you do
They
that?
do have them up the block from me at the gas station that I do frequent. So maybe one day I'll just have a party and just like down a couple Four Locos,
Rhino.
and I'll and instead of just like ingest it, I'll just snort them like I'm like
Wait.
Scarface.
Snort it.
Hold on,
Take,
let's
do
not-
that. Take some horny goat weed. Do the
Remember
whole
the
thing.
horny goat weed and the Y2J
Oh, I remember
stingers?
the Y2J.
We-
Yeah.
We here at Something Else, since we do not endorse these comments, we do not support these thoughts.
No,
here
I'm not
on
telling you to
Something
go
Else.
take horny goat weed or snort rhino pills. Like that's not. Don't do that.
I've always wondered, like, how they have the one for the women too.
Yeah.
I've always wondered how that's going to go because I'm afraid to try that because I don't.
As
wanna
you should
like-
be.
Yeah, that just don't. It doesn't sound healthy at all.
I don't
No,
think
any
it's healthy
pill
at all.
you like. Who's the person who's like, I get my pills at the gas station? Like that doesn't sound.
At all.
Think about it
Because
this way.
all
Are
they've
you
got is
really-
they've got the dick pills, and then they've got the inconspicuous bags of random pills that have like ginkgo biloba.
The vitamin
and,
pack.
like, yeah, the vitamin packs.
Like, are you really trusting Ak behind the desk to really make sure that
Sure.
like here you go. I'm not
Yo, give me the rhino pills the Aki way. Sure. Can we talk about that guy for a second?
chop them up in my chopped cheese, sprinkle them
Yeah,
in
put
like salt and pepper, put
chop
it in
those
there.
rhinos in my chopped cheese.
This is
First, you
disgusting.
put it
Rhinos
on-
of
That
chopped
guy,
cheese.
listen, that guy probably has a great life.
First you put
More
the
power
meat
to
on
him.
the burrito.
But yeah, first we put it, then we serve it to the customer.
Then we put it on
And-
paper.
And the result is, don't forget the Bev.
Never.
Never.
This
I
is
don't
a
know
real
what this
person? I was so
Oh,
confused.
Yeah, there's this guy in I think like Yeah, look up, fam, while I'm talking about it, look up the clip with Big E and him, because that's the best one.
Holy
I don't
shit.
think we can. I don't think we can play that on here. I think they're gonna.
Can we not play?
Nah,
No,
they're
the
gonna get us.
hockey clip?
I think they're gonna get us.
Oh no.
Yeah, we've been gotten before, and he
Yeah.
Oh, for W, just because it's Big E?
just the stuff in general.
Oh, wow.
We had
Well,
custom music made, and the people that owned the sample was like, "No."
Oh my God.
That's why it just simply
Wow.
says, "Lovely Devo and fan
Oh,
are
it's
something
something
else."
else.
Can I
Shout
be
out to
honest with
Vegas.
you though? Can I be honest with you? I think that's so much better than the long
I like it.
meandering intro. Like professional opinion.
This is now Emilio's show, guys. Go ahead.
No.
Yeah.
It's
No,
just
it's okay. It's cool.
professional.
He's the General Lock of podcasts.
I am the general lock of podcast. I just think it hits better. It's just soft. It's just boom. Here you go, in your face, real quick. See you later, and then it goes right into the show. You don't need to have like that, like this is fam, and then it's like his picture, and then it's lovely, and it's her picture, and then it's like clips of the interviews and everybody, and then it's just like a montage. It's
Those are
I
just
wanted
promos.
I wanted
well,
to
it's
look
like-
I wanted to look like George Michael's Time Machine. That's
Wow.
exactly how I wanted. to
Oh,
look.
wow.
Fire.
Wow, what a reference.
wow. Can you tease your hair like George Michael?
A man
George
of culture.
Michael's time machine.
What is that?
Well, no, it was the sports machine. That's what it
What
was.
hair?
We could put hair on you. We'll get you a nice wig. We'll
Let's
put it
not
on.
do
Tease
any
it up
of that.
nice. Like you ever look at how
look,
teased
don't you
his
never
hair
talk-
was during the last Christmas song? It's in 4K now, the music video.
Well, no, Fam was talking about there's a different George Michael. He had the
Yeah.
sports machine.
Sports machine.
was George
man,
Michael's
you know all this
sports
weird
machine.
shit, man. You know all this weird shit.
Yeah, and he would literally, it was a guy who was syndicated on the East Coast in like Baltimore and New York. And he would come on like, I think it's like Sunday nights
Of course,
Middle
you
of
would
the
know,
night.
man.
in the middle of the night after the news. And he would have like what looked like a fucking like time machine behind, like they built a whole thing. And he would call it his sports machine. He would just do recaps. But like he framed it as like, I've got my sports machine.
So is
He would hit a
that
big button.
is
like-
that going to be the next spin-off on the Black Rasslin Patreon? Is going to be the Time
do it.
Machine,
You should
Earl
do it.
Fam sports machine?
Earl Fam Sports Machine, and it's just you
Do
talking
it.
about old sports?
Old sports.
Let's go back to the year 1972.
Manute Bol shot 3 3-pointers in the fourth quarter.
There was a guy
you didn't see
named
that
Dick
coming.
Butkus.
Do it backwards.
Wait a minute.
That was the noise of the.
Yeah,
You see, he did it too. Why is it just me?
I'm
Wayne's
looking at
World
both
did it.
of
We're
y'all.
like, we're gonna go back in time. You never.
You never
Hey,
seen
Vin.
this one?
Yep.
What's wrong with your peoples?
Just saying.
Wow.
Just saying.
Should we
my
get
guy.
back to general? Should we get back to the Aki way? Or are we
So
still
no,
talk-
so I missed it. But what are you watching? What's the weird stuff you're watching? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, someone left.
Oh, just like a lot of weird food stuff. Like I'm trying to get healthier, but like TikTok and Instagram and Twitter is just full of normalizing this liars
Liars.
and like gigantic garbage food eaten by these skinny content creators
Yes, the
that are just
mukbangs.
like, yeah, that are just like, oh, here's this, like, it's not just I made a chicken sandwich. It's like I made like 15 pieces of fried chicken inside a donut
Yeah,
and like deep fried it and then put it in a turkey and served it
It
for
gets dark.
Thanksgiving.
it gets
And
dark.
it's like, and then normalizing because they're like, because it's all these super thin people, and it makes you think that like, oh well, they're eating this. So
No.
like, what's the big deal? It's like, no, normal people can't eat like that. Like I had a piece of fish and some mushroom risotto for dinner. That's a normal dinner.
I'm
Yeah.
proud
Not
of you.
like,
I'm proud of you.
Look
for
at
that.
Vin.
but there's people out there like there was a
But
time
all-
where that wasn't the case.
Right, but also on the flip side of that too, on the super healthy side of Instagram, you have like
You have those health nuts.
you have these weirdo health nuts.
Yeah.
That are like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh well, all you really got to do is eat some
You gotta
organs.
hunt.
You need
You
the
gotta hunt
liver
some
and-
deer and cut
Just
your
go
own
out-
venison. and-
Just go in the backyard and lick a tree. It'll have
Like
all
no,
the
but
stuff you need.
but that was crazy. You're joking, but that is the kind of stuff that gets on that side of TikTok where you'll see
Yeah.
girls like blending tree bark and drinking it like it's a smoothie.
yeah.
And you're,
Oh, they
you're
gonna
talking
get
to somebody
splinters.
that had an extreme diet for a decade, right?
Mhm.
Yo.
And you would see what the trends were, and a lot of it was based in the so-called experts screaming into an echo chamber of like-minded individuals that somehow found the same information as them, so they're all in agreement. So when you go on and it's late at night and you're like, all right, how can I wash my insides better than I wash my ass? How does that work? Oh, well, then, like Lovely says, you got to go lick the tree bark, or you got to blend it, and it's just weird. Or now you have these super pro carnivores, and they're like, well, you got to eat 6 ounces of liver, and then you got to eat some beef heart, and then you got to wash it down with unpasteurized milk, and you got to eat like a couple of ounces of cheese. Don't eat vegetables.
A lot of it's also people looking for
you need the pussy milk.
Yeah.
The what milk?
What?
Pussy. He said unpasteurized.
Oh!
Unpasteurized. Yeah.
So leave the pus in it. You know what I mean?
That's not.
Oh, I thought that's not what I heard.
Drink
I heard
the pussy milk.
I was like,
yeah, I heard bussy milk.
Whoa. This turned into something else for real.
What an interesting conversation.
Sorry.
We're talking about going down worm. That's a whole other type of hole.
No, but that's the thing, and I've seen it too. It's weird, man.
But it's people looking for a shortcut too, because there's no substitute for just being like, eat less, eat better, healthy things, like drop the chips, eat some apples, and like eat at the right times of the day too. That's been a big thing for me recently. Because I used to be the guy that would like wake up, because I work from home like a lot of people since the pandemic. And you get up and it's like go right into work, forget to drink water. Then it's like midday, you're hungry, you just end up having a snack. Then it's dinner time and it's like, I'm hungry. It's like, well, you're fucking hungry because you didn't eat all day. So now it's like, I'm going to order a pizza because I could eat a whole pizza because I'm hungry. And then you eat a whole pizza and then it's like, and then you eat the whole pizza, so now your sleep schedule's fucked up, and then you're waking up in the middle of the night and you can't sleep, and you can't wake up the next morning, and then it's a fucking vicious cycle. So you gotta like regulate yourself and just get into good habits.
But one thing about TikTok, it makes everybody an expert. You can be an expert on anything on TikTok.
Anything, and that's this person is a guru because they're talking about aligning chakras.
And
everyone's a guru.
First of all, they don't. This is how I know most of them motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about, because they don't even say chakras correctly.
Right. Because Chakra Khan, you know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
Yo, listen,
every woman.
Look, I think it's just a matter of somebody's going to watch a Deepak Chopra video on YouTube and think, oh, I'm going to regurgitate this as my own. Because the idea of an original thought does not exist anymore.
It doesn't.
If you think about it. So, what?
You know who's really dope on I call it week late TikTok, which is Instagram Reels. It's a dude who he cooks steaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the most.
Oh, are you talking about Guga? Guga Foods?
Guga Foods. I'm gonna cook it in the
butter of the gods.
Yo,
no idea what this is.
He'll take like a whole thing of like beef tallow and liquefy it, and he'll fry the steak in the beef tallow, and then he'll feed it to his friends and be like,
he's such a grumpy
do you
Gus.
like it? Like,
can
do you like
tell
it?
the difference? Which was better? He's like,
but that is
take a bite of my control steak and then take this one.
That is the most
attractive
attractive thing to watch. Watching men cook steaks and meat and stuff like that, it sounds so.
Yo, the dude
because it's
in
a
the
good
forest.
Meal. It's like
the dude in the forest.
I watch him
the man in the forest.
The man in the forest with that goddamn machete knife.
Yes,
he has one cooking tool. It's that goddamn
machete
knife. And
he's like flipping onions up in the air and like catching them in the knife and like doing all these tricks.
Well, see, he thinks this is all gross. You guys are watching it for one reason. I'm watching it because can I tell them what I found out about myself recently?
Oh, I would love to hear this.
That you love it. It's a big kink for you.
You got to explain it though too, because
I am. I'm okay. I got it.
Take me on this ride, please.
Tell me about your steak kink.
She wants to Tim the Tool Man Taylor.
Shut up. So,
I want to tell you, man.
I have been an intimacy coach for now 5 years, and I always focus on everyone else and their kinks and what they're into and stuff like that. That I never really sat down to decipher my own. So one day on TikTok, just scrolling, I find this particular video of this guy, fangs, growly voice, and doing like some just unnecessarily manly things, like chopping stuff down that don't even need to be cut, picking up a sofa for no reason. So I saw a hashtag that says Primal Dom. I was like, huh, interesting. What is this? Get on the internet. And I just started, and I was like, oh my God, it makes so much sense, because if anybody knows me, the kind of man that I like men with a lot of hair, long hair, whether it's locks or whatever, the beard, big, can just look like they can just throw. I love to be like commanded. And that's why I love Emilio, because he looks like a lumberjack. Like he looks like he can either be Fabio or he can go down here and cut down.
He's a wolf.
And that was the key of the kink. Is that
why you were so mad when he posted that butt naked face picture?
The whole
you did.
I
grew back like in 3 days.
I didn't like it. The core of the kink for women that are what they call primal prey is the illusion of a wolf, of a beast. And that makes sense why Beauty and the Beast is my favorite Disney love story.
So
I love
if you're
him.
saying, should I do a time lapse of the beard growing? Would that would that really get you going? Like, should I just shave it and then start over? And
well,
then
don't do that.
I think you should do some beard ASMR.
That's a thing too. So there's a guy.
Rub it against the mic.
He does that. Like he talks into the mic and he like rubs it on his beard.
All right, let's see if this microphone can pick it up. Ready?
Yeah, do it. Rub it on the mic.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do for Lovely right now.
No, just go right to the beard. Don't even talk. You're ruining the immersion.
I'm gonna rub my beard. Listen.
There we go. Yeah, it's rustic.
Wait.
Now wait. I'm gonna rub my chin. Hold on.
It's like you're rubbing a big something on your chin.
It's girthy.
Big girthy mic on your chin.
Wait, now I'm just gonna comb it with my fingers to get it right.
Yeah, but sure. We're gonna comb the pre out of your beard with that.
How's that sound? So now it kind of makes sense why there was a whole Twitter discussion around my beard with like you, Big Swole, and several other fine Nubian queens about why I should not be shaving.
Yeah, we were pissed.
Yeah, but I didn't. It was
Emilio is all of our imaginary white boyfriend. Like we all in our mind was like, if we dated white men, it'd be Emilio. Funny story. I just found out Emilio was actually white. I thought he was Middle Eastern this entire time. And when I found
really?
out when I found out that he was white, I was hurt.
She was mind blown. But didn't I tell you I was Italian?
Yeah.
And that
and I was
register?
like, but I thought you were lying. I didn't believe you were white at all.
No, he made Sam knows. He made him spaghetti.
Hey, that's racist.
Oh, I cooked. Oh, that would have got you going too, because I cooked for everybody too. I was here cooking.
I
had
wasn't invited.
Literally was making the well. If we're
dipped
being
his beard in the
honest,
sauce and you could have licked it off. Like,
if we're being completely honest, I was strong armed into cooking.
Well,
I got bullied into cooking by Cuz, so I had to cook.
Yeah, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
But it was good though, right? Was it good though?
Yeah, it was good. Shout out to Chris Brown for making it through, brother.
trying to blame the garlic that he got sick. It wasn't like the half a bottle of Crown Royal you were drinking at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, he was sick before the garlic.
Yeah, he was doing bad. He was doing bad. Shout out to Chris Brown. That's my guy.
Shout out to Chris.
Shout out
to
Chris Salad Glizzy Brown.
Yo, Chris Salad Glizzy Brown is insane. I'm gonna put Chris over. Chris is from the place where my son's favorite football team is. And he sends my kids stuff like all the time, man. So shout out to Chris Brown. He's a good guy.
That's fine.
Who's your son's favorite football team?
The Chiefs.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
I got friends that out there too. I could
Yeah. Little
tell him to
families.
send some swag, but the kid probably already has enough Chief swag.
Yeah, it's
Or you never have enough Chief swag.
that you would have to ask him. I don't get it. I don't dabble in chiefery.
I gotta ask Junior.
Chiefer.
I gotta
Oh,
ask
that one.
Junior.
Nah, that's the wrong C.
Chiefery is disgusting.
All right.
That was absolutely.
Dabble in chiefery.
So lovely. How about this one day? How about you actually like maybe during when we're all in LA, you give me a shape up. How would that feel for you? Would you want to do that? We actually make it part of something else special. You just underneath here, a little bit over.
You know what I
here.
would rather do?
Yeah,
What?
do it while
What I would
Mania.
rather
Confuse the
do-
fuck out of everyone.
Just confuse everybody at Wally Mania why I'm getting like a
Like,
a shape
okay,
up on
here's the
stage.
part. Emilio's gonna come out and we're gonna shave him. They're like, what?
No.
What the fuck? Like,
Here's what I would rather do.
What?
That
Me-
sounds so wild.
With a,
Save me.
I'm a licensed cosmetologist. Haven't been in the salon for years. However, still here. I would rather wash your hair and wash your beard. Give
I
it a
would
good
love that.
conditioning
She wanna
treatment.
she wanna get you wet.
conditioner, like,
God, I would
yeah.
love that. Could you
Sure,
do like
get
a good
wet.
like deep
Yeah.
scalp? Oh, I'm
Deep,
all in.
deep
Yeah.
soak. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
in. All right, I'm in. I'm ready to go. I want
Don't-
this now. Let's do it.
That would do it for me.
Okay,
And then not
cool.
like blow it out.
Yes.
Yeah,
hold on,
blow it
wait,
out. Blow it out.
Like how like
Hold on. Hold on.
I know what you were saying. These two are trying to sexualize everything like the pigs that they are.
I'm just
You
saying,
and I-
this
this
she
is
said blow it
based-
out.
This is based on her goddamn her.
No,
That
but
is-
you and I are trying to keep it.
Yeah,
We're trying to keep it wholesome and
I
just
know,
like
word
this
means-
is not-
semi-romantic. And these two are just trying to objectify us as
It's
just like
okay.
some
Hey,
deviant
Sparks,
sexual
you wasn't just over
heathens.
here 37 seconds ago, like
Yeah,
I was-
rubbing.
I
a
was
big
just
girthy mic on your beard.
I
Come
was
on.
just obliging.
Jersey Mike is
Listen to me.
disgusting, Vin.
I was acquiescing a request, and I did it. That's all. All right. I am no better than anybody on their OnlyFans page. Okay. I would have did the same thing if I had an Only Sparks. I'd be rubbing my
You
beard on a
get
microphone.
the Mandy
folks.
Rose menu. You gotta,
Sure. You know what?
Wow.
Like, why not? It is what it is, folks.
This
you gonna
might
rate
be-
people's. You gonna rate
Imagine-
people's beards.
imagine
I would.
Sparks. Imagine Sparks homeboy like, hey, look, Sparks, man, I think I'm gonna go ahead and have me a OnlyFans. Well, all right, look, how you shooting that, right? What do you like?
Do you have good
let me
mics? Do
know,
you got a
like,
camera?
Yeah,
Like-
like, what's the
No,
sound
but
like on
there's
this
a
thing?
fact-
How long are the
somebody that-
videos? Are you putting up long videos? Because you really
Yeah.
should make them.
Yeah, look, if you can't
Nice and tight. You
pop,
gotta make the
if you
videos-
can't pop in 15 minutes, you got to get at it.
Yeah,
This is
They know my
wild.
Well, they know
we're not
my
waiting. We're not
OCD.
waiting for Yellowstone to pop off it. We got to get
No,
this in and
absolutely
out. We got to get it done.
They know my OCD, and it's bad when I watch anything that I think could be interesting, or the person or the individual or the collective of individuals have so much potential that the presentation looks like utter and complete shit, that I'm like, oh no, you could do better than this, because I see it. I've always been like one of those want plus do equals have, so try and just dream and do it. Like, it doesn't take much to get a good camera, and it doesn't take much to have any type of production value, right?
Yeah.
Like, especially if I had an OnlyFans, right, it would be the most well-produced thing in the world. Like, I would shoot like little vignette videos. You'd hear like music in the background and I'd have a production crew literally editing this, and I would send time code.
Lovely's getting
Let's
real
take
interested
this.
right now.
Let's take
No.
that. Let's cut this out. Like
I saw
for
her
instance-
look change when he said, "Oh, but
Man,
No, here's
in
the thing.
background."
I have an OnlyFans, so if I had Sparks' connection, money, and skill, because I do promos, I do the promos for this,
See?
something else, and everything. So I did a set for God,
Yeah.
where I dressed up like Pitier, the bunny girl.
Oh yeah,
Dope.
So had the music going, had it etched to where it was like you could see their Titantron in the background of what I was
Yeah.
doing. So people don't realize OnlyFans, if you're somebody who's creative, is a job.
Oof.
Yeah.
Because you want it to be an experience, because anybody can just throw a coochie picture up. You know what I
Boom.
mean? Like,
That's and that's fine too if you want to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
money
yeah.
just selling that. But like, yo, if your goal with this, and I don't really understand I don't grasp the full concept of it.
Consistency, high production.
Yeah.
Right. But your goal for this specifically is to entice the fantasy of this person watching behind a screen because you're unobtainable in real life.
Exactly.
So now it's like, okay, I'm going to give you a fantasized or fetishized adaptation of Lovely.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the real Lovely, but you're going to get the gimmick that I'm working to make money off of you. So whatever your desire is, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to charge you a fee, whether it's a monumental fee or whether it's a minuscule fee. You're still going to pay me for my services,
Exactly.
whether or not. And I think there is this whole thing that's untapped there when it comes to like doing certain things like that. Because I got a lot of sex worker friends, and they tell me all the time, it's like, yo, I get lazy after a while. I don't want to do anything. You're getting a nipple pic, and I'm calling it a day.
That is true.
Because at a certain point, it's like, okay, you've exhausted all your creativity, but it's still a job, so you still have to do it.
And then there's an
like,
element of it that people don't understand. There's an element of having an OnlyFans. Raven, please go sit down. It's my dog. I'm sorry. Where you just don't feel sexy.
Right.
You just don't feel, emotions are a thing. We go through things, and it impacts how you do content to where it's hard to get up to do it. You don't feel sexy. I don't feel like posting a full production value. You know what I mean? So that's the part of sex work that people just think you can just do it. No, it's taxing on you. It can be very taxing.
But then you can do.
It's like any piece of content that an independent creator makes. It's like people have this idea. This is the wildly different example, but about 10 years ago, I had a job doing, in part, like social media management, like content management. And some people have this idea that like, oh, what, you update Twitter all day and you do that. It's like, no, that's time that you have to spend updating things, grabbing information, creating small pieces of content, editing video, editing audio, editing images. Like, that's time. So when people complain about that, I always respond with just like, well, you do it. If it's so easy, like, promote your own thing
100%.
by doing it. And then they try it. It's like, well, you don't have the time all of a sudden. Okay.
Exactly. Sorry about that. Pod Father, I didn't mean to talk about my OnlyFans work.
No, do it, because you're supposed to
do it.
Even if you're
go
saying
subscribe. Everyone listening right now,
please.
Go subscribe.
Do you guys post a link? Is there a link?
Oh, my mother watches this show.
Oh, never mind.
I'm
then.
joking.
Oh. Mom, subscribe.
Whoa.
No.
My mom over there like, I made that shit. I ain't subscribed. That's where she got it from.
See, I would even lean into the sometimes feeling creatively drained and unsexy thing as well, where there is probably an entire subgenre of kink that people like that. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to do it, but here.
I don't want to do it, but here.
Look at this.
Here's your fucking tits.
It falls under like the humiliation kink, so it is there.
Yeah.
And then you just abuse them, like you're watching this like this.
Emilio.
What? Is it that? But that's what you do. Right?
I like when you talk like this.
I'm just saying. I'm just a red-blooded money-making machine.
I like them.
Let's fucking.
If you're gonna get a Caucasian, get one like that.
That's it. I'll take the photos. Don't
see, King.
I'll take the photos. I'll tell
it's
you.
Over for y'all.
I'll tell you. Pop it up a little more. Go ahead, put it up. There we go.
Pop what? Pop what up?
Angle it.
Angle what?
Angle it.
What are you angling?
I mean, what do you think they're angling? The cheeks.
Show
oh, okay.
Show the lip. Show the lip.
Which lips?
Which ones you think? Show it up. There you go. That's the money shot. Click. That's gonna get us 200 grand this month. Thanks, babe.
Here's a towel.
Here's a
towel. Go take a shower. I'll come in. I'll give you a rub down. Give you a pep talk. Once I watch the videos, I'll tell you what worked, what didn't work. Here's the time code.
Yes.
Constructive feedback.
But at the end, the pep talk is not like a sexy pep talk. It's like
it's like a real deal, like motivation.
It's Mick from Rocky. Get up, yes, son.
No, not even.
Get back in the ring, you son of a bitch.
I would be like somebody from HR and be like, okay, here's your goals and assessments. Here's what we did wrong this month. Here's what didn't work.
No,
Let's do
Emilio's
that.
gonna
Here's
have,
your quotas. Here's what you
look,
hit.
he gonna have
here's what you
he gonna
didn't.
have the video playing on the screen in the back and like you see
PowerPoints. He's gonna be
right
like Drew
here.
Gulak with the
Yeah, right
PowerPoint.
there.
Exactly. I'm gonna
Whose
have a
sock is
laser.
this?
I'm gonna have
Whose
a
sock
gonna
is
be-
this in the floor?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
he's
a
gonna-
Get
laser
he's
this
gonna
pen.
sock out the shot.
I'm gonna have a laser pen and be like, you see this? The room needs to be clean. Why are there 9 different like why
Yeah,
is this
you're gonna be
hairbrush here?
fucking Goo Drewlock over here with the power.
Emilio Madden is sick.
I'm telling you, my
Emilio
OCD
Madden
is
is
bad.
disgusting.
See what you do is you got the things out. But look, they're not fully. Look, you didn't put it. You didn't moisturize today. What are you doing?
You didn't you didn't fucking lather the tits up. You got to get them.
Well, I would never. Well, I would never speak like that to the woman that I am with when we're talking about doing the fucking thing. But I would just say, hey, you know what? Make sure the girls are looking right today. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
give him
moisturize.
turn into Joe Pesci. Just start.
no, I'm not the Italian stereotype to do that.
Pesci.
No.
Hey, look, you dumb broad. That's Pesci. Pesci's nuts.
I would
I was-
never. That's not me.
I was watching Pesci videos yesterday, like just him doing interviews for the Irishman when he had the big
The Fu Manchu.
handlebar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pesci.
He was
Listen,
interesting. He's an interesting dude.
listen.
He's only done a handful of movies. There was like a stretch from, I want to say it starts at Lethal Weapon 2, and then it goes right till about 1992, where honestly, he was on a roll. He did Lethal Weapon 2, then he did Goodfellas, and then he went right into Home Alone, and then Home Alone 2. I mean, he was
on a T-Pain run.
and you know what? Yeah,
Yeah.
because he won the Oscar, and after that, he was like one of the hottest actors after winning that Oscar back then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
and
he
his Oscar speech was kind of G too, like it was super simple. He goes, "It was my pleasure, thank you," and he got right off the stage.
Somebody named Pesci gonna have a nice little,
In and out.
Yeah.
Very,
He
very,
did not-
very curt. He wasn't like Roberto Benigni jumping on chairs and shit.
I love you
another
all.
spicy white. My spicy white.
Right.
Spicy white is like
Spicy
sounds
mayo.
like-
Yeah, you like that spicy mayo.
I do. I don't want to tell people that. Don't tell anyone that.
It's all right. Listen, we all
That
have
didn't
our
happen.
things.
All I said was somebody looked good on TV. You ready to get rubbed all the way down?
Whoa.
Who looked good on TV?
Pause.
Not even important.
Oh.
It's only one Caucasian man that I love, and he's on this screen.
I didn't like.
it's
I
Vin.
didn't.
And it's Vin.
Well, I do love Vin, but I do love Vin though. Me and Vin, we're both sick together. I love
Do
that
you
forever.
know? You want to hear something funny? Somebody like I don't. I think it was like you posted the picture or I did, and some rando that follows me was like all hurt that this is your girlfriend. I'm like, if it is, why does this bother you?
Yeah, really.
Like, no, I just thought you were single. I'm like,
Damn.
block.
That hurt.
I'm good. Like block.
That's wild.
And it was that cute picture we did too when we were
The
in
one
Dallas.
you kissed me on the cheek.
It was
It was a good
adorable.
picture.
That was a good one. That was a good
Yeah.
one. So this has been like 3 hours in this podcast. We've said nothing in the last 3 hours.
Sorry, guys. We didn't ask one
Emilio's
question.
like, you gotta stick to the script.
wait,
Why
y'all
don't you
got
guys have
questions?
No, I'm saying like we didn't. This
Not
isn't
yet. We
like
haven't
a
got there yet. We
normal
haven't gotten there. Yeah, this
episode
isn't-
because this was just us talking because
Yeah, we're only like halfway done too.
you guys are
Oh,
good people to
wow.
talk to.
Oh, okay.
Sorry that we're not
Yeah,
on
no,
your
no, no.
timetables,
This is-
Emilio and Sparks.
No, it's all right.
But this is.
All right, we're
But
good.
this is so. You know, the first
I
time
worked
I
out today.
did.
We're good.
The first time I did Wrassle Rap, Sparks came in and he was not for any wrestling talk. And I had just did Black Rasslin, and then we did an extra because something happened that week. And this is why we were all wrestled out. So then Sparks was like, yo, I don't feel like talking about it. He came in with the hoodie up. And I was like, you want to talk about something else?
Nice. That was a good segue.
Cheap pop.
There you go.
And we
Well,
haven't talked about wrestling since on the podcast.
No, we don't. I don't know. Wrestle Rap's a weird thing. I'll start with me and Vin, and we always like to throw the guest off guard because it'll be some of the weirdest introduction conversations.
Well, we popped Sir Wilkins a couple weeks ago because we
Who?
were talking about
the loud talker. He talks
the guy
loud,
who's
he
gonna
yells.
yeah. Because we were talking about the sweat. You were going to start a sweat lodge.
Oh,
Yeah,
FYI, I'm not gonna cut this up, but it'll happen before we air this.
Well, they used to kiss.
We'll be up. We'll be up. No. I wasn't gonna do that. God dang
Okay,
it.
let's go.
That's on the internet, though. People knew that, though.
Yeah, no. We've seen that.
We've seen that. It's probably video.
Seen it.
We've seen a great deal of both of those folks. Too much. That being said, we're going to be up there next weekend. So
I've already heard.
For the Battle Club
Okay.
Pro.
I've heard.
yeah, we'll be up there.
Okay.
We don't talk about that.
that thing.
stuff.
Yeah, that's,
No,
that's
my,
something else.
Yeah.
That's
so,
something else.
so y'all are you're gonna be up here then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Anyway, make some more spaghetti dinners.
No, what?
no. We're gonna do
I'm
something
thinking of
different.
shoehorning in a Wrassle Rap photo shoot for these hoodies. Then that's the case.
I miss everything.
You got to tell me, Earl. I got to get yours. Actually, I want to get yours made specifically. So you got to just text me your size. I'll have the guys make it. And
It's
have
just gonna
them
be a big hoodie that
ship
says
it.
Earl Fam on it.
No, it's the Wrassle Rap. It's the Wrassle Rap logo. But anyway, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but no. The first time we did you guys show, it was cool to be able to kind of get on a platform that usually has that conversation. You know, the point that we are kind of all relate, but then we just can talk about anything.
Yeah.
I believe we talked about hip hop and sneakers. Is that
That's what I'm
correct?
into. Yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
into.
what is the Vin? It's a 2-part question. One question for each of you gentlemen. Vin, what was the last album you enjoyed? And Sparks, what was the last pair of sneakers you copped?
Oh shit. Okay, so I copped 2 pairs. I did
Don't you say Monarchs? Don't you goddamn say
He's gonna say Monarchs.
Don't you
I do have a
goddamn
pair. I do have a pair of Monarchs, but
Monarchs.
but I also had those what were those? Because they were such a dope flip. They were from Tom Sachs, but they were but he did it where he put everything in Kohl's. The sneakers were in Kohl's. You know what I'm talking about? Like them those Tom Sachs, them yellow joints.
I don't.
Well, to me, it's probably one of the best sneakers to come out in 2022.
Really?
And I'm not a yellow person at all, but I like the reusability of all the products that he used to create the sneakers. So it's a very sturdy, very durable shoe. And unfortunately, sometimes when they put these Jordans out, the paint isn't so good, and the sneakers start chipping right away, real quick. So I'm kind of done spending my money on shoes like that. But in succession, it went. I did Fragment Travis's. I did a pair of Monarchs that I wanted, and I did the Tom Sachs.
You talk about the Nike
joint.
Craft joints.
Yeah, the crafts. And the Nike
So
Craft
these-
joints. Yeah, and to me, the Nike Craft joints are probably the best sneaker of 2022 for me. I know that's a subjective thing where everybody and their mother will have a different thing about what shoe is what. But to me, to step out of the comfort zone of just the typical, if Mike wore it, then I wear it type of conversation, I like those. And I compare those with, I mean, I wear all black anyway, so it's just easy to pair yellow with black. But I'm not a yellow person, though. I'm not. But I can. You look lovely in that.
Thank you.
No pun intended. But so those are the last 3 sneakers that I copped.
Yo, them
All
Letterman.
very-
My favorite shoe of 2023, I did not cop, but because they're a women's shoe.
What is
But
it?
the Letterman MX1s, the joints, they were green on the top. I mean, I'm sorry, they were blue on the top, like a navy, and then like a pine on the
Yep.
house.
Well, if you're
Yep.
into the blue and navy pot, you got to get those Crocs. I mean,
Now I'll boot you out the chat, Vin. I'll do
So let
it.
me ask you this question then. Is it a bad idea to get a woman's shoe in your size?
They don't.
It's not a shoe that looks feminine at all.
No,
it's
that
a
shoe-
size thing. It's
that shoe only went to 10 and a half.
Okay.
Damn.
So if it went to like a size 15, you would have been able to
I'd-
comp it. Yeah.
11 actually.
Oh, nice. You just missed the mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not squeezing for shoes anymore. I'm old.
yeah,
I'm definitely not walking
Abundance.
around tipping.
not breaking them in. They got to already fit good.
I did that
Wow,
today.
I gotta break them in, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I
so
don't
Vin,
leave the
last
house enough.
Yeah.
Break shoes.
That part. That
So I
part.
just wear them around the house.
nah, I'll go. I have a day job, and I wear sneakers to work, which is
And you're also talking to somebody that used to have an insane travel schedule, and now that don't
Nah,
exist
yeah.
anymore. So
Oh shit, yeah.
Vin. What's the album?
I was listening yesterday to Lab Cabin California by The Far Side because I was hanging out with someone and they had never seen the video for Drop.
Oh,
Ooh,
really?
shout
So
out,
I
rest in
showed them
peace,
that.
Dilla.
And then we ended up watching a bunch of Spike Jonze videos because I am a big Spike Jonze fan. Grew up loving that era of music videos, and he is one of the best when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like
Shout
if
out
you're
to
out there and you've never seen the video
Ice.
for Drop, where they're walking, they filmed it, them walking backwards but forward, and then played it forward in reverse. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Fire.
yeah,
Nice.
classic video, classic beat. Shout out, like I said, rest in peace, Jay Dilla.
Mm-hmm.
Great music.
Did you end up reading that Dilla book?
I'm halfway through. I have 4 books at this point.
It's a
Look
big
at you
book
reading.
too.
Look at you reading.
But I'm like,
proud.
I'm in the middle of like 4 books because I'm reading the Raekwon book, the Dilla book. Someone just bought me the Fat Joe book, and I'm reading that Gewertz book.
I'm reading the
So,
Gewertz
Oh,
book
okay.
right now.
yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
like in the middle of 3 books, and then I just got a brand new book. But I usually only read when I'm like traveling or out like relaxing while I'm traveling.
Yeah.
You don't ever wake up on a Saturday morning and wake
here we
up
go.
early, cook a nice breakfast, and
Here we go.
read a book.
I got a 13-year-old. That breakfast
That's
is
true.
usually followed by games.
Nobody's
Yeah.
doing that
Oh,
in real
nice.
life. Who is really having the time to sit down, to wake up early on a Saturday, cook a breakfast, sit
You gotta
down,
make the
have a
time.
cup of tea, and reading a book? Who's
You gotta-
who's really doing that, Chomsky? Who's really
I'm-
doing
You
it?
know what?
gotta-
I'm doing
gotta
that
make the
this
time.
Saturday. I
Just to
promise
say
you.
that we did it.
Absolutely. I'm
And you
doing
know
it
what? Your
Saturday.
attention span is going to drive you crazy within
You are
5
correct.
minutes. You're going to get to a page and a
No.
half, and you're going to be like, I'm out.
No, I would love. Listen, I live in an area where both my sides of my family are local, and both my wife's family are local. So there's always something.
Something going on.
So as a matter of fact, this weekend, yes. So no, I'm not going to do that Saturday. Maybe Sunday. Maybe
It's going to
Sunday.
take you. It's going to take you just as long as it's going to take me to finish that Gewertz book.
Yeah. Now the only plus is the Gewertz book is the only book I don't have physically. So that's the only.
So you can
that-
just pull that up and
correct. So
read
like
whatever you want.
when we go to my game, my kid's game, I'm going and I'm cracking open the phone. So
I can't do the digital books. I need to like.
The feeling of holding a book in your hand, turning the pages, makes the experience.
I feel like that's one of those things. Like, there's been a couple of inventions over the past 10 years where I feel like as a society we tried it on, and then we were like, this isn't really for us.
Yeah.
Like Google Glass. People thought Google Glass was going to be a big thing. That's the glasses with the little like chip in them, and then that was a huge failure. But I think e-readers and tablets, when they came out, people were like, this is going to replace your laptop and this is going to do all that. It's like, it's nice. It's nice to pull stuff up on. And, if you like it for reading books, fine. But I feel like most people are like, a book is what, 10, 15 bucks, 20 bucks? Like, I'll just buy the paper book and it's mine and I've got it. And I can toss it in my bag, not have to worry about a screen cracking or it being, $100 and something piece of equipment that I bought.
And that was broken.
And I could just read
But
it.
you,
now
but
it's
you
broken.
you carry $1,000 piece of equipment with you every day.
Are you talking
in
about this
your-
iPhone?
Any phone. You walking around with a goddamn phone every day, and it's in your pocket, so you never have to go to Books A Million or whatever other bookstore that may.
But
or may
that
not
doesn't
still
take
exist,
away
Walden
the
Books.
experience for you. That doesn't take away the experience for you of like opening a book and like actually reading it. Like my friends want me to buy the Game of Thrones series so I can read it because it's different. Like it's the story's different. I can't. I don't
Well,
feel like I would enjoy
Game
it
of
as much on
Thrones
the
books thick
e-reader.
as them Game of Thrones books as thick as a single Southern woman.
Please, it's as thick as them pictures that Faye posted.
But
God bless her.
But there are like legit
seen it.
folks out there that will read 150 books a year or
Yeah.
like 75. Like Vin and I have a friend, his name's Mike Bongiorno. Mike reads a lot. Like
out to
he
Mike.
is a dude that will constantly read. He has like one of those accounts that'll keep a track of how many books he has read. Like it is insane to me. And I wish that I could be that type of person. Like when I was traveling so much, I didn't read. I would write. I would do my journal. I would do my meditation. I would do things like that because I needed to, for some reason, I don't know. I have to be in a mode where I'm home and it's quiet and there's no distractions and I might have ADD or I just have the brain of a 5-year-old and can't focus unless I'm home. But to Lovely's point, one of my favorite things I used to do, and it was right before the pandemic happened, was go to the library.
Mhm.
And read in the library because it was like in one of those old stiff oak chairs and everything's like, locked down because, people would steal books and shit. So like you had to get like, and it smelled moldy. And
it's been there for centuries.
Yeah, like you knew like the book that you wanted was like moldy and yellow, and you're like, yes, this is incredible. I'm gonna be here.
Ambiance.
That's it, ambiance. Where like even if I had to send an email or I had to print out something because I don't have a printer in my house, I would go to the library. This is a fun story. My whole entire contract being signed via WWE. Was at the I had to fax over everything from the library.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Because I did not have, I still don't. I don't have a fax machine. I don't have a printer. I don't have a copy machine. I have nothing. So my whole entire thing was I got to go to the library to fill out all this paperwork and send it back to them. And that's what I was doing. I like the library that
Read
much.
a book, Earl.
Yeah,
He told me to say
read
it.
a book.
He told me to say it.
Go to the library, Earl fam. Sit there. That's
I
what
only
you should
said
do.
because they've been calling you that all day.
Well, it's his name. It's his name. It's his name. It's his name. Why would we not call him anything else? Right? It's just it's an internet
Sparks,
mystery.
Don't you start that, Sparks. Other people, you know me. Like you have my phone number. Wait, because you gonna have other people.
What up, Earl?
Right.
We can say that. We have relationships here.
Nobody else is gonna call you Earl.
Listen,
Now
we were
fighting at Wale Mania, and we gotta put him out. You know why?
We were on a goddamn a panel at BlurredCon, and everything is going fine. And someone wants to make something. I said, and Earl texts me the entire, not the panel, audience says, Earl. I'm like, come on.
Well, and
now,
also
every time Amber Rodriguez, listen, man, god dang it.
Look, let's be honest though too.
Let's not start anything here.
You also have a very unique name that hasn't been heard in years. Like when you
not since the Cadillacs and Mr. Speedos people used Earl so prominently.
Exactly. Like when was the last time you knew somebody named Earl?
DMX.
DMX. Earl Sweatshirt.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like in your actual like lexicon of individuals that you know.
His pops, his son.
I'm talking about us. Like there
Emilio,
might only
we're white, so I don't know how many Earls.
Y'all not gonna know a lot of Earls.
Earl
y'all
is
might,
a black man.
Y'all might know some Benjis.
I don't know a Benji.
You know a Benji.
I wish I knew
Benji.
but I don't know a Benji.
I know the dolls.
There's some Benjis over there.
I remember the Benji movies.
Y'all know some Tylers.
Do I know a Tyler?
I know a couple.
You know some Tylers.
Some Stacey's.
I'd have to sit and think. I without blowing up their spot, I know somebody whose first name is Tyler, but they go by their performance name is something else.
Speaking of something else,
see,
we moved to the part of something else where we have 5 absolute oddball questions for you guys that we like to call our 5 count. So you guys ready?
Oh yeah, let's shoot the 5. Let's do it.
First question on the 5 count. If you could listen to one artist for the rest of your life, who would it be?
You get an answer, Vin, or do you want me to go first?
You go first. I thought it was Tina. Yeah, you're the one with the Elvis.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be Elvis. I wouldn't listen to Elvis every day. That just gets old rather quickly.
Well, then who? Well, she's saying you got to pick one person though.
Who would it
Oh,
be?
I mean, okay, so and it's not genred either, right? It's just like
Nah,
one.
get busy.
Just whatever.
Whatever
I'll do-
artist.
I would do. Oh God, it would probably be. I'd have to flip a coin, and it would probably either be Frank Sinatra or Ghostface Killer, and then whatever the fate decide, whatever the universe decides, heads is Frank, tails is Ghost, whatever it lands on, that's it, and I'd be happy for the rest of my life. It would not matter to me.
That is
yo,
an
do you
odd
love her?
combination.
Hey, yo, D-Lover. That's a very New York conversation. That is a very Staten
No,
Island,
I get it,
like,
but
New
it's
York
just
guy.
but
Yeah,
like
Ghostface.
for face value, that is an
That made
odd
perfect sense to me.
combination. You know, I don't do records like that. So
You know, it was. I was at liberty to, as a kid growing up, to sit in a space and find the music that I was into, but also be influenced by the music that my mother and father were into. My dad got me onto Wu-Tang, and my mother got me into everything else.
got you. Vinny
Well,
back?
let's be clear. Your dad got you the Wu-Tang. He was a good dad and got you the Wu-Tang. You kind of made it sound like he was into Wu-Tang. Was like, you hear this shit? Like,
No, but he listened
these
to it
cats are
first.
spitting.
No,
Look
but
at
he listened to it first because he
had to
was,
vet it. Yeah.
Well, not even vet it. He was just curious because, he was working construction and, somebody on his construction crew was blasting it during lunch and they asked him, my dad's name's Emilio as well. And they were like, Emilio, how old's your son? And I think when he came out, I was eight, maybe 10. And they were like around that age. And so they were like, yo, he might like this. So my dad, went one night after work and picked up a cassette tape. It was a cassette. And he pulled up to the house, Bring the Motherfucking Ruckus was in the cassette. He pulled it out. He gave it to me. He was like, it's cool by me. Enjoy.
Raw. I'm gonna
Nice.
Go.
No
Have
trivia.
and that opened the door to everything else that became almost a 15, 16-year hip hop career. So
Hey man, a great deal of the
There you
records
go.
that are right over there came from your house, cuz.
did you listen? Do you like them?
Sure.
Come on now.
All right.
Yes.
I don't know. I would have gave you more, but I sold a lot of them.
No.
Like I was so, oh God, this is going back years ago. I was so fucking broke at one point. I had to sell I had to sell some shit. And it was I had to, how that go. But I had some
I ain't
bangers.
seen them years in a long time though. That was back in the day.
I sold.
Sold some shit a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Yeah. God dang it. Matter of fact, speaking of Wu-Tang, you know who this gentleman is right here?
Oh, I'm very
That's
familiar.
Raekwon.
That's the chef. One of it's so funny. I had an interview with him, not to interview just to me and him to sit down and interview him. It was right when the Pro Tools M boxes came out in college. And I was a freshman in college, and I was at a radio. Me and Vin, we worked at a college radio station, and they were teaching us how to use the M boxes. And just by chance, he needed somebody to record him for a mixtape that he was doing, but it was like his regular guy wasn't there, and it just so happens that somebody I knew him, and he called me, and I went there and I did the session, and he was like, "Do you want to do this as my fill-in?" And I go, "Honestly, no." And I was like, he's like, "Why?" I was just like, no disrespect to you. I think you're incredible, but I was like, yo, I got no desire to do it just because I don't like. Your schedule is insane to me. It's like I'm here now. It's like 4:00 in the morning. I was told like, oh, be ready by midnight, and now we're just getting here at 4. I was like, I can't. I'm a full-time student, man. I would love
that
to.
was crazy because your show would end at like 2 a.m. and you would still stick around afterwards. Sometimes you would leave at like 3, 4 a.m.
Yeah,
after
well, I
getting
would
in at like 9.
Well, I would still play the records. Yeah. I don't know. It was just something I just wasn't. I never wanted to. Like, there are some really incredible engineers out there. Like, one of my favorites is John Sparks, and that brother could mix a record, can engineer a record. an entire session. I don't have the patience, or I didn't at the time, didn't have the patience to do that. But looking back, I think that was an incredibly cool experience, that he liked my candor in the studio, and how everything was, all right, we got to track the vocals here, we got to do this, we got to do this, like everything, like the session was set up. All he had to do was just roll in, you know. And I pulled up to that studio early, so I was just like, there was just a DVD of Cooley High, and I watched that twice. I ran through the movie twice.
Sad movie.
Speaking my language. That's...
And I was like,
Vin,
oh, man.
did you do your artist?
Oh, it's on my hat. MF Doom.
I knew it. I knew it.
Shout out to Doom, rest in peace, I think.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Big
Like,
fan.
he's one of them dudes that mess around, come around, and he don't be dead in 10 years. He's like, I got you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
The voice was sick.
Finally gonna release Mad Villainy 2.
Right.
Ghost Space Project.
from Cuba. Live from Cuba. So, gentlemen, what movie villain do you guys think was right?
Thanos.
I mean,
You hear that, Latrell? That's 3 people.
Thanos.
3.
Come on, bro.
it is.
Thank you.
It's got to be Thanos. I mean, Thanos is definitely up there. I would say him, because he makes the case, and this is what all great villains do: is they get you to. All villains are the heroes of their own story.
Thank you.
So the best villains get you to believe, at least in part, about what they're doing. And his whole thing was, I'm watching my planet die, and I know what goes into making my people thrive, and what's going on right now, with all the war and famine and pestilence going on in the universe. So I'm gonna be as diplomatic as possible. Is not the wrong way of putting it. It's not the right way of putting it, but like, he was just like, I'm gonna cut it right down the middle.
He was being as fair as possible.
All right, but then it's also too, you see the
half the
selfishness,
population gone,
and then you
which
see
he doesn't
that-
have the right to do that. Genocide is never an option.
No, it's not. But
But-
when you sit and he rationalizes it, and he talks about the greater good, because
You understand what he's talking about.
we as a humanity will piss away the thing that you can have the utopia, but your greed and your selfishness will drive you to want more than what you're expected to have, or what you're expected to be given, or whatever it is. And it's a bit Marxian, but it rings true even when he sits down and he's talking to Tony at the end, right before they like start that final encounter. And he's like, and he says he's inevitable, whether or not that's him. The idea of him will continue on. Now it will continue on in Kang. So like the ethos of that thought process is still there.
It's still there.
I think now from another standpoint, we can even say Hans Gruber was right in Die Hard, because it was more about.
I don't know about Hans Gruber.
Well, here's why. It was less about.
Fam said,
Well, think about it this way. Here's why. If you think Hans Gruber, right? Like, he just wanted to steal the money. And the best part about it was, he goes, when they figure out that we faked our own debts and nobody else got killed, we'll be on a beach owning 3%.
you just want to get in and get out.
That was a good plan.
It was
the
in theory, but then,
execution.
well, think about it this way. McLean fucked it up. Nakatomi didn't want to give up the codes, because he couldn't give up the codes because you would need access from Japan. So then he had to make an example of him to put fear into it. But the initial plan of what he wanted to do was to steal from the rich and line his own pockets.
Yeah, that's
kind of like in that same
nobility in that.
Well, in that same breath, you could
they earn
say,
and eat, and I can't. Fuck that. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take from Peter to steal to Paul.
well, in
Damn,
that same breath,
crazy.
you could then make the argument that Bane in Dark Knight Rises.
Yes, you could say Bane was right.
But here's
Yeah,
the thing.
absolutely.
That's the thing. Just like we were saying before, every villain is right to them. Their cause is right to them.
But
So-
normally these causes are righteous.
They
But
are.
It's the
It's
act.
execution.
Yes.
It's the
It's always the
execution.
execution, because
That's
the
the problem.
plan always goes awry in one way or another. Did they expect the Avengers to figure out to go back in time, that they can figure out where the plot points were, where everybody was, to re-get the stones? Did they expect John McClane to be in a bathroom with shoeless in Nakatomi Plaza?
Shoeless
No.
John. Great
That's
Christmas.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
You know?
he said it's not though, but we're not gonna have that conversation. The third question on
You know
on
what?
the
I'm
five-
gonna because I agreed with you on Thanos. I'm gonna throw another one out there. In one of my favorite movies, and it's not a great movie, but you'll know why it's one of my favorite. In Game of Death, the Bruce Lee movie, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is technically the last villain, and that dude was just chilling up at the top of the pagoda. And then Bruce Lee
Minding
comes
his own
along
business.
and murders him, minding his own business, wearing sunglasses in the dark, and just chilling out. And then Bruce Lee shows up and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then they get into a tussle, and he gets
he
murdered
blind? Was he blind?
needlessly.
Was he blind? He could see.
I don't know if he could, because no, he could see because eventually his glasses get knocked off, and it's when the light comes in, he has sensitive eyes,
Yeah, okay.
and that's what does him in.
Gotcha.
I knew it was
Okay.
something weird. I always thought, like, is he blind? We left that big footprint on us.
You thought he was
Yeah, he
Daredevil.
puts a big footprint on him.
That nigga was like,
Please. So the third question on the 5 count: what conspiracy theory do you believe is real?
Ooh. You know what? I got a whole thing on conspiracy theories because conspiracy theories now are not fun.
No.
Because conspiracy theories now are all like hyper political, but in weirder ways,
Yeah.
like unsavory ways. I grew up, obviously, like Emilio, like loving listening to the radio. Was always a big Coast to Coast AM person. Would listen to that at night in my bed. And for people who don't know what Coast to Coast AM was, that was a show hosted by Art Bell, where it was the show where like people would call in the middle of the night and talk about like, oh, I'm a time traveler from 2058, and ask me questions. And he would draw these stories out of people. And it would be like a guy would call up and it would be like, I just built a time machine. I'm going to go back in time. Like, okay, well, how'd you build a time machine? And then you would go into it and like all the details. And it's like, that's fun conspiracy shit to me.
Yeah.
Where it's like, there's aliens. And they talk
Yeah.
about like, well, I saw a UFO and it did it. Now it's like the second you talk about conspiracy theories, it's like some QAnon bullshit. It's like, we
Yeah.
got to storm the Capitol. We got to
some
do
weird
this.
shit.
eating pizza. He was eating pizza and killing babies in the basement.
Yeah, it's like,
Right.
whoa, I didn't start. I just
Right.
want to build it. I just want to go back in
Right.
time. Like,
Yeah.
what? Like,
Yeah, somebody called Doc Brown. You mean?
Right, and I've noticed now that a lot of the conspiracy theories within the last 2 years revolve around big pharma and things of that nature. And
Yeah.
it's just like, that's a poll that I don't even want to reach out and grab. It's just like,
It's not even fun anymore to be.
no, it's not. Like,
Yeah.
give me the,
Pause. Pause.
that's not the poll I want to reach out and grab. Yeah.
Pause.
give me the days of, and I know this is not a wrestling podcast, but I'll keep it real short and brief. Like, give me the days of talking about the Montreal screw job and how it was an inside thing and how Brett was it was part of Vince McMahon's grand scheme, like give me those fun things. Let me
I miss
talk
not
about
knowing.
aliens and Bigfoot and Loch Ness and all that weird shit.
Like, I just watched the Teddy Hart thing.
Bro.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, don't watch that.
that's not fun. That's not
I
fun.
I miss the art of not knowing what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, but then also too, look what was created though.
Thanks, Duggan and Sheik. You ruined everything. I'm sorry.
Like, well, they should have been ripping lines of fucking rhino dick pills from the fucking.
Somebody was gonna get humbled.
Please.
No, but yeah, no. Listen, we can go on the whole rant about why wrestling journalism sucks, but
Please
we're
not
good.
tonight. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There's
What's question 4? What's question
especially
4?
not tonight.
Not
Question
tonight.
4. What is the most embarrassing thing to ever happen to you
Most embarrassing thing to ever happen to me
in public?
in public. Ooh. I gotta think about this.
Damn.
I think I was on my phone and I walked into a door because I thought it was one of those doors that opens up
Yeah.
with the
When you
sensor.
step on it.
And and I was rushing to a meeting, and the people I was meeting were inside of in the lobby, and we were all going to walk up together. And it was in where was I? I think I was in Cleveland when it happened. And I'm on my phone and I'm doing something else because I do 1,001 things. I'm not paying attention and blah 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 blah. Bum! I'm like, oh, this don't open on its own. Fuck. So I had to open it up.
Damn.
Right, but I'm also trying to figure out, is it push? Is it pull? Like,
you
even though
stuck.
even though it probably clearly said like pull,
Push.
I was like, what are we doing? And then like the individuals there were just having just a real dandy of a time. Oh, I didn't care. I laughed it all off. I'm like,
Yeah, that would have been hilarious.
I'm good, whatever. And my response was, yeah, I'm an idiot, and that was it. But but it was so natural because it's like talk, oblivious to anything else around me, smack into the door, be a little dazed about that, still on the phone, mind you, still on my phone. Saying that to the person, I just walked into the door, and now I'm trying to figure out which way to open it up, and then I figured it out, and I was like, I have to call you later.
Jeez.
Brother Vin?
When I was in middle school, this is when like skateboarding and Tony Hawk and like Razor scooters were big, and I was hanging out with some people, some friends, like by like this big steep hill, and I'm playing, you know, there's all bunch of kids there, about like 20 kids, and like some older girls. And like at this time, I'm like embarrassed because like, you know, I like girls and like I like guys too, but like I like girls, and there's older girls there, so it's like I don't want to embarrass myself. So what do? I'm borrowing my friend's scooter, and I'm at the tip of this hill, and I hit something, and I fly off the scooter halfway down this hill, and then land with half my body in a pile of dog shit.
Oh, that's a big.
Not the cherry.
Dookie.
Not the cherry on top.
Not
Yeah.
the Dookie.
Holy. The stinky.
Yo, Dookie is just a fun word.
It's
You know
a
what I mean?
disgusting
It is.
word.
Yo, shout out. I
hate
think
it.
Lavelle Crawford said Dookie is doo-doo with the skins off of it.
Okay.
Wow.
Not doing that. Not doing that at all. And the last question on the 5 count. If you could get away with one thing without getting caught, what would it be?
This is incriminating.
Uh-oh.
I would break into Emilio's house and turn Elvis around and act like I was never there.
I would paint him black. I'd break in and just paint Elvis black.
That's a cookie jar from Graceland, folks.
I'd paint Elvis black.
Yeah, make him Black Elvis, turn him into cool.
I look
Pete.
like Speed Racer a little bit.
He does look like Speed Racer.
Yeah, he's got a little Speed Racer going on.
Sorry.
Looks like he'd be riding the Mach 5.
That's why we can't get nothing done. We got off too much.
Oh God, what would you know what? That's a good question. I've never really thought about doing a crime. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never doing a crime never has been one of those things. Like, you know what? I want to
steal the Declaration of Independence. You want to?
No,
The
He want to break into a yoga studio and
It's still all the mats.
Steal all the Aquapana water from Costco or something?
Right? Maybe no. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I was never into like I'm gonna perform a B&E. Let's do that.
Well, you know what it is, because I think I can speak for you on this as well. I think we're too practical. So like mine would be like stealing like the deed to a house. So I'm just like sure up with a house for the rest of my life, or like getting a bunch of money.
I was about to say, y'all are avoiding the most important one, just robbing a bank.
Yeah, that's true.
Just robbing a bank. If you can get away with one thing.
see.
But that's plain though. Like, what would be like? Everybody can rob. If you're allowed to, and your get out of jail free card is to rob a bank. All right, that's cool. But like,
I want
wanna
to
rob.
a way to,
Yeah,
like,
what's cool?
extort-
Robbing a bank or housing fraud?
I'm not trying to be cool. I'm trying to
Right.
get money. I'm broke. I can't eat. I'm trying to rob the.
Subscribe to her OnlyFans. Buy some bracelets, goddammit.
Buy some bracelets. Subscribe to an OnlyFans. Watch her wash my hair and beard.
Yeah, do that joint Patreon.
Yeah. You know what? Right. Like, then we can figure out what we can do. Maybe we'll do a B&E. Maybe we'll do maybe we'll sell organs.
Wild.
Maybe we'll sell organs on the black market. I don't know. Like,
your little beanie.
Wow.
I don't know. And I'm not an overly violent person, so I think committing a murder would be not cool.
No, I just want to rob a
That would be
bank.
wrong.
I want to rob a bank and set all my people good. Make sure everybody.
Yeah, but how much
good.
is actually? But then you have to think about how much is actually in the bank.
So see, this would be
Because then
better.
you have to case the joint. You have to
What
see
if
what.
you
It's not a lot
explore-
in the bank. Sometimes,
But
there's not a lot.
that's the thing. Without getting caught, it does. So that means you don't have to do all that. You just go in. This is my free crime card.
Why don't you do this then? Why don't you rob a department store during the holidays and rob their bank instead of
I just
actually
said a
robbing
bank.
a bank? Instead of actually robbing a bank, which I don't think there's a lot. Like, people think millions are in the bank, right?
Well, how about this?
Here's
I
here's
just
the
want
smart
nice
way.
running
things. I'm
down
gonna rob
on
Joseph
Macy's.
A. Bank.
I'm running down on Macy's
Look,
on Black Friday
Here's
downtown.
here's
New
what
York.
we do then. And here's
Hell
what we
yeah.
do. It's either we figure it out this way. There's two ways that we could do this, right? It's either we figure out a coding
That's when it
scheme
starts.
and we break into, or we hack, like, let's say, like, somewhere that people do stocks, like whether it's like crypto or like Robinhood or Coinbase, and we break into, like, we hack into their databases and create a program that takes like a percentage of every X amount of dollar on the dollar, and it goes
That's
into
just
our
the plan.
accounts.
That's just the scheme from Office Space.
Right. Yes, this is what
Basically.
that's what I'm
And I'm
doing.
on my stapler.
Or
Yeah.
we
The
just
pennies
rob,
of pennies.
or we just rob a ton of ATMs, because
I
there's
just wanna
probably
take
more
money.
money in an ATM. There's a lot of money in an ATM. Sometimes it's up to like.
So how about I say this? My choice is to just take money wherever it comes from.
Right. I like that. That's a good idea.
I would like to extort someone with a seamless amount of, like, a seemingly endless amount of money. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like one of these folks, what's Amazon Bezos? Hey,
Bezos,
Bezos, I heard you did something. So
It's kinda
give me
hard
some
to
money
incriminate him,
or
though.
I'm going to tell.
It's kind of hard to do that to him though, because we know all his dirt. So
Yeah.
What about being pimps with no ramifications? Would that be
I've done that.
like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't gotta like threaten by putting talc on my hand, ready to, like, you know what I'm
That's a
saying? I'm
part
just like,
No,
hard
well, Emilio,
reset.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't like that though, Emilio. That's kind of like the same thing we were talking about reading a book. The talc is a part of the experience.
right, like, because they might have a talc kink.
And you see how we
Talc.
rounded it right back to the beginning of the show.
you go.
That's so perfect. And with that,
That's professional.
it
Professional,
was
baby.
more than a pleasure speaking with you too. We
That's
love
it?
speaking with you. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm not getting paid yet. I'm joking.
I'm just glad we didn't have to. So when you create a podcast, what goes into that? I'm glad those weren't questions.
No, we're not doing none of that. You have to understand who you're talking to when you're talking to them.
Right.
Let the people know where they can find you, what's going on with you guys, and how they can support.
Vin, you want to sell the soap?
Yeah, follow us
Alright,
over
you guys.
at Wrassle Rap on all your social media accounts. Follow Emilio Sparks over at Emilio Sparks on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at Mighty Vin. Follow me over on Instagram at VinForte NYC. Emilio also does the sessions with Renee Paquette. He does One Ep is Life with Pierre Rosenberg and Cypress Sounds. And he does Wale Mania every year with Kaz. I do another podcast as well, not nearly as big as the sessions, but what is, called Oddball. So if you like sports, go check that out. And other than that, yeah, I think that's everything we've got on our end. Yeah, this was great. I love both of you and talking about something else and not talking about wrestling.
Especially today.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, especially
Hey,
today.
y'all seeing this in the future, but y'all know what day this is.
Yeah, it was the day,
It was the day wrestling fans stormed the Capitol.
basically.
kind of.
For no goddamn reason.
And if you wanna subscribe to Lovely's Patreon to watch Beard Pleasures,
Beard pleasures.
Yeah,
is
beard
nasty.
Let's go. Let's go. Like a good oil, like a
Oil
nice
that beard
oil,
up.
like
Yeah,
a nice
get
oil.
that shea moisture going on. Come on.
You know what I mean?
Beard
Like a
pleasures.
Oh, how do you
like a
know
nice
about Shea Moisture?
Uh-oh.
I got a bar of
Who
shea
told you?
moisture. I got a bar of shea moisture rose in my shower right now.
Who told you?
They leaking secrets.
Somebody's giving away.
Bro, I use
recipes.
cocoa
I
butter
know,
as a
industry
brother,
secrets.
brother, I use cocoa butter as a moisturizer.
You're supposed to. He's supposed to.
You get the cheap big thing
No.
of cocoa butter.
No, that stuff that
You
is
said
a
the cheap one?
scam.
No, you got to go to like Sally's Beauty Aid.
You talking about that scam joint that is 75% water? That is Miss Cleo cocoa butter. Don't use that.
It's clear.
Don't
Now leave
that.
Cleo alone.
Rest in
Rest
peace.
her soul.
Yeah, whole time.
I know. Did you watch the Cleo documentary?
It was fantastic.
It was too
Oh
many
my
twists and
God.
turns. I was like, I love her, I hate her. I love her, I hate her.
Yeah,
Like, you know
yeah.
what I mean?
You didn't know who
See,
to
now
fight
that
for.
would be a good question 5. Just do an infomercial, lie to people, get their hopes and dreams up, and then just cash in.
No, because you want to
She
cash
never
in
did.
without ruining people.
She didn't. That's the thing. She didn't cash in. It was two
Yeah.
white men
Yeah, them two
who
dudes.
used her.
Yeah.
And
But
capitalized.
but again, what are we doing? Here, you're the front. We're gonna be the money men. We're gonna, when the shit goes
normally how
down,
I
we're
go.
gblame blame it on somebody else.
That's
Yeah,
And
normally
then
they
how I
blamed it
go.
on Miss
walk
Cleo,
away.
though.
You know what? I feel like Miss Cleo right now.
Somebody
Fam,
did
and
that.
2 white men and got the black people in the front. Damn. We got.
Wait, but wait a minute. This is your show, though. We're hanging out. We're gotten today.
God damn it. Big Fam, where can they find you?
Hey man, I am IlFam790, your social media choice, aka the Aunt Anderson of podcasting, aka Captain Bro Albano, Bruno Phillips, Diggity Dragon Steamboat, Pod Sham Pod, God's favorite podcast, the Potty Potty Pipe. I'm in the podcast, Chew Bubblegum, and I'm all out of Denty. Nice to see you and love Daddy at WFAM, where family always matters, and my tag team partner.
And as always, it's your girl, Lovey LaVoe. It's the Black Bruja with the big blue hair. Please make sure you go over to foryourwear.com. You'll see the Black Bruja with the big blue hair, and you see the bearded black man. Make sure you get those t-shirts or get the hoodies. Get both. You know the weather is changing. And also follow us on all social media platforms at Something Else Pod without the G, because we are all the G you need. Bye.
Oh.
Hey man,
Wow, we
peace.
have nothing that interesting to say at the end.
That's like, well, you got to listen to Where's Buffy then. Is everyone's got it. Like, what's the one did like the finger waviest,
the most finger waviest.
finger waviest?
Dis
it's not
DiGiorno.
It's not DiGiorno. It's the penis.
What would
Okay.
ours be? I don't even.
I'm not a normal brother. I wear condoms.
I would never even know what to say. I'd be like, "Hey, it's me. I'm a guy who likes to make money, and
It's me. I'm Italian.
I'm Italian. I like to eat basil, so maybe you call me the basiliest guy. I don't know what the fuck y'all say.
The most motherfuckingest marinara.
Right, like I'm just
Y'all
gonna throw
literally got-
marinara at bitches. That's just
Y'all
what
got
I'm
a
gonna
show.
do.
Y'all got a show after the show. And with that, we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh, shit! Say it again. Say something else. Oh! Say something else. Say something else, nigga.